The world is too big for you to be thinking small and to feel small about yourself. And I'm going to say that again. The world is too big for you to be thinking small and to feel small about yourself. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, then that means it is not in a line, which means it is not for you. So don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. Today is June 1st. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. So with that being said, for the month of June, we're going to go over and discuss how to always stay motivated. But for today's video specifically, we're going to talk about how you're going to continue to show up for yourself when you're dealing with uncertainty, confusion as you're evolving and as you're growing, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and certain things that you need to be aware of. So starting off with the first couple of disclaimers, starting off with the introduction. In order for you to always stay motivated, no matter what you're going through, you must learn to be committed. You must learn to commit to yourself and your goals and whatever it is that you want. Until you decide that you're going to show up every single day or for however long you need to, you will continue to doubt yourself. You will continue to be afraid and you will not face your fears. But because it's 2026, because it's June, it's time for us to accomplish the things that we want for ourselves because it is possible. And that's the second disclaimer. You are capable. I need you to write that down in your notes and I need you to repeat that with me. In this video, we're going to do a lot of repetition. You are capable. I am capable. Why are you capable? Because you're watching this video. If you weren't capable, you wouldn't see this video. Not even that, not even if you didn't see this video, you still have the possibilities as long as you're able to breathe, you're able to wake up every day, and you're able to do the best with what you have and where you are. Just because you have goals doesn't mean that sometimes you may not feel afraid or that you may not have everything that you feel like you need to start, but it's not impossible. You see other people do the things that you want to do, whether that's healing, whether that's getting a job, whether that's getting your degree, whether that's furthering your education, whether that's traveling, whether that's investment, whatever it is, you already know it's possible because it exists and you've had the mentality already. You already had the mindset. You already know it's an idea. It's just how do you make it in your reality? So that's the third disclaimer. As you're committing to yourself, as you decide that you want to show up for yourself, as you understand what you're capable of, you have to learn how to be practical. All tea, all shade. I know everyone loves to tell you to just be delusional, but if you knew what delusional meant, I don't think you would want to be delusional. There's nothing delusional about you becoming successful. There's nothing delusional about you becoming an entrepreneur. There's nothing delusional about you getting your education. There's nothing delusional about you starting a family. There's nothing delusional about you traveling. It is practical. That is something that can happen in real time. The only time things are delusional is when you believe in things that you know are never going to be true. It's not too good to be true to become an entrepreneur. It's not too good to be true to get yourself out of poverty. It's not too good to be true to get into a healthy marriage or have a healthy relationships. It's not too good to be true to be the person that you want to be. You just have to know. You have to realize, okay, what am I able to do today when I watch this video, when I come across Ty Guidance account or just in general, can I start? If you don't know, you have a specific goal, you have specific desires, make sure you're asking questions in the comment section so therefore in real time, we can work on that. So the fourth disclaimer is knowing that as you're learning to do something new for the first time, you're going to be unsure sometimes. And the reason why you have this uncertainty is because it's unfamiliar. Just because you are unsure, just because it's unfamiliar, doesn't mean that it's impossible. Say that with me, write it down, repeat after me. Just because something is unfamiliar doesn't mean that it's not possible. You have to understand, okay, if I want to lose weight for the first time, if I want to eat healthier for the first time, if I want to exercise for the first time, if I want to become an entrepreneur for the first time, if I want to become rich for the first time, if I want to get out of abusive relationships for the first time, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you may not know what to do because you've never done this before. You have to be willing to take time to educate yourself. You have to be willing to invest. You have to be willing to look up information. You have to be willing to connect. You're going to have to be able to, whatever tools that you have, invest into yourself or invest in other people. So this is why I tell you guys to make sure you guys are liking, commenting, engaging, and follow me on all my social media platforms because I make content for free on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. But if you want a service in a session and you're ready and you're tired, book your service in your session. It's in the description down below. Seeing a psychiatrist, seeing a therapist if it's not me, investing into people. You're on YouTube. YouTube is a search engine. You can look up how to deal with narcissists, how to save $1,000 in 20 days, how to lose weight. You can't make excuses over here. I am only going to hold your hand when it's time for you to be held accountable. As your favorite mental health specialist, if you're new here, we motivate, inform, and educate, okay? And we're not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm speaking from experience, what has helped me along my healing journey, and working with millions and trillions of people of all different walks of life. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, hey, gay, LGBTQ2, 1, 2, 3, they, she's, we's, and he's, and bees, and trees, okay? No excuses. You cannot make excuses. The only way you're always going to stay motivated, the only way you're going to become successful is if you become successful and you stay motivated. So lastly, you need to know that before you can become consistent, you have to take your time. If you're not somebody who naturally has routine, or somebody who's naturally structured, or somebody who's used to change and growing, you cannot rush. You cannot compare yourself. You can't look outside yourself. And most importantly, you're going to have to stop listening to people and places and things who do not pour into you, who do not educate you, who are not trying to help you, or who are doing the things that you want to do or have at least tried. You cannot worry about people who are talking badly about you or judging you when they've never took risks, when they've never applied themselves, when they've never gone after the things that you want, because what they have to say doesn't matter, and the time is going to go by regardless. So the more you show up, the more you invest into yourself, the more you'll gain the momentum, the more you'll gain the routine, the more you'll feel comfortable and confident. And that's the first recommendation. You have to learn how to become confident within yourself. In order for you to become confident in anything, if it's not something that was naturally installed in you, you're going to have to take the time to do so. So if you have goals to heal yourself from negative thoughts and you want to become more positive, which I have over 1,100 videos for you to check out, you can watch specifically, you're going to have to realize learning to let go of these negative thoughts is going to require you to think differently. Learning to let go of negative thoughts is going to require you to speak differently. Learning to let go of negative thoughts is going to require you to discern and decipher if you feel this way or if you don't. It's going to require you to challenge yourself when you're in uncomfortable situations. It's going to require you to isolate yourself. It's going to require you to articulate yourself and express yourself. You have to be willing to do things that you've never done before, which means you don't have to sit here and feel overwhelmed or anxious. You just have to apply yourself. You just have to take one step at a time. If you're not able to do 5 tasks in a day when it comes to your goals or whatever you're trying to go after, do 1 task in a day. Be practical. You need to be practical. Just because you're practical doesn't mean that what you want is not something that requires a lot of energy and effort, or like I said, impossible. But it's like, it's nothing to be delusional. It's not delusional. So like when people are like, oh, I was just delusional, no, they weren't. They believed in themselves. They had faith. Look up the word delusion. If not, before the end of the video, I'll read the words so you guys know the difference, because that's one of my biggest pet peeves. We're not going to be delusional. Like if people knew what delusional meant, okay, like I said, there are people in the psych ward, there are people who've been diagnosed with these mental health illnesses. We don't want to be delusional. Delusional is not a flex, okay? You can be realistic. You can be practical. The second recommendation, once you learn how to be practical and you're learning how to be confident, is allowing yourself the grace to do so. So, for example, when you have goals to do something, you may not have everything figured out. So you may not always have the resources. You may not have the tools. You do have the internet. So you may not have the finances. You may not have the support, because you're like, well, tech guidance, I don't have this, I have that. You're on YouTube. I don't want to hear it. The internet is, you have the finances to invest into the internet. If not, I recommend going to the library or going to school, or like I said, communicate, ask for help. You can't be afraid to ask for help. With that being said, whatever you do have, you need to use. Whatever you don't have, you can write it down. You can be aware of it, but you need to stop hyper-focusing on it. So for example, let's just say you don't have the finances to invest into a personal trainer, but you want to become healthier. Once again, you're on YouTube. You can type in how to lose weight from home. You can go on Google, what foods help with weight loss, etc., or whatever it is. Same thing when it comes to mental health. I specifically create videos about mental health, so you have no excuse if you come across this account. And even if you don't want to watch my videos, which you are watching them, so make you're liking and commenting, engaging, there are other people who talk about these things. Going to a therapist, going to a psychiatrist, confiding in people that you trust and love. For those of you who are spiritual and into religion and all those good things, going to the gods, the ancestors, the universe. Take what resonates, leave the rest, because I'm not here to force religion or spirituality, but it's like, we have to make time for the things that we want, because you make time for everything else. You come on YouTube, you watch people pop balloons, you watch people go to Africa on stream, you watch people travel, you watch people drama and gossip, excuse me. So it's like, You watch people play GTA, because I know I do. Like, I watch a lot of those things that I just said. So it's like, what are we waiting for? You have to be able to use what you have. And the fourth recommendation is knowing that you're gonna have to work on your attitude. You're gonna have to work on your emotions. Of course, when you want to do something for the first time, yes, you may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like, well, nobody's supporting me, nobody's helping me. Let me guys give you an example. When I started this account, this is my second YouTube account. So if you're an OG, you will find my first one. I'm not gonna name it on here, but for legal reasons. But like, and what I mean by legal, we'll talk about that in a different video. But like, I had an idea to start this YouTube account a while ago, some years ago. When I first started, I learned very quickly not a lot of people are going to support me. So instead of me getting upset that certain people that I knew or certain people that I once supported at one part of their journey in their life didn't, you know, return that same energy, instead of me being like, oh man, F this, F them, nobody wants to support me, blah, 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 I just was like, okay, that means the blessing is going to be greater for me and the people that are meant to celebrate with me and will, and those who are don't, oh well, like I don't need to focus on who's not supporting me. I just had to learn, okay, if I'm self-made, which I am, this is a self-made business, I do everything by myself. I didn't need to sit here and cry and whine about people not liking or having 50 views and only 2 likes. That's on them, because the people like you who are meant to see this video, they're always commenting, they're always engaging. And honestly, I don't even have to ask the right people to do things. And you have to realize that you're never asking the wrong people. So it's like, if people don't want to support you, oh well, like you have to have enough faith and confidence within yourself. You're gonna have to figure things out, because if you don't have the support, if you don't have the finances, waiting till things get better is only going to take longer. And the longer you wait to do something, the longer you're going to feel frustrated and overwhelmed. So lastly, this is the biggest gem. Make sure you have your pen and your paper. And once again, thank you guys for always watching and engaging, and let me know what resonated with you. The only way to become successful in the things that you want is to accomplish the goal. You cannot put a timeline or expectation on when your success is going to show up for you when you've never done it before. So just because you see people go to school doesn't mean that you're going to graduate within the same period of time. Just because you see people in healthy relationships, you don't know how many guidance counselings, how many marriage sessions they've had to had, if they separated or not. We don't know the BTS. If you want to become a millionaire, you don't know what people did to get $1 million. If you want a nice fancy car and you're into materials, you don't know what people did, how many hours they had to work, how many jobs they had to work, if they had to take public transportation. So don't compare yourself, but most importantly, you cannot give up. You have to, like I said, really just be practical about what's in your control and appreciate what you have to do to become who you are, because the only way you won't become successful is if you quit, is if you give up on yourself. And I don't know about you, it doesn't make sense to put so much time and so much energy and to grow and stop. Why not see it all the way through? Like, yes, you may have your moments where you feel tired. Yes, you may have your moments where you feel afraid. Rest when you feel tired. When you feel overwhelmed, talk about how you feel. Take a moment, pause, journal. Like I said, confide in people. Have moments when you work, have moments when you play, have moments when you do what you need to do, but don't give up on yourself, because the moment you stop, it's going to seem challenging and difficult. So I'm not going to make this video longer than what it needs to be. Stay tuned. It's the first month of June. Let me know when you're watching this, as well as what resonated with you, what you need to work on, or what you're interested in. And because I've already plugged my social medias, follow me on all my social media accounts, okay? I love you. You are loved. You're not alone. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.